district and are close as the crow flies, they are far as the bike rides. There is no bike infrastructure at the northern end of the Webster Business District, so to get from one end or the other, a rider would need to take either 5th or 9th Street. This significant distance suggests the station location on 5th and or 9th could be prudent. These potential locations are within residential areas, which are very important to serve, as the tubes get the most congestion with residents leaving and entering the island for work. One location that I think would be excellent is 9th and Pacific, as this is a current slow street and near future greenway. Now, in addition, to make the route between the Main Street Ferry Terminal and Water Taxi or any other similar route successful, the gap at Singleton Avenue should be fixed. The most recent active transportation plan says that this street has a continuous bike lane, but in helping update the Bike Walk Alameda map, I've realized that there isn't a bike lane here. Lastly, I don't know if this would need to be put into a signed agreement, but I think it would be great for the city and Bay Wheels to consider collaborating on a Bike to Work week sale. One free ride might be all that's needed to get people to initiate mode shift.
Thank you so much. Our next speaker.
Denise Trepanier, then Arsh Singh Hothi, and then Drew Record.
Welcome, Speaker Trepanier.
Thank you, Mayor and City Council members. Thanks for the opportunity to speak to you tonight on this really exciting opportunity. On behalf of Bike Walk Alameda, I strongly hope you'll approve staff's recommendation and move forward with implementing the Bike Share pilot program. As we mentioned in our letter, this is a key project identified in the active transportation plan that you approved 4-ish years ago, and we're excited to see that this is finally moving forward. There's a number of reasons why this is so important. First, there are quite a few Alamedans who live in multi-story buildings or other housing unit types that don't have access to secure bike parking like a garage or a shed. So unless these folks are willing and physically capable of carrying their bikes up multiple flights of stairs, bike ownership, especially heavier electric bike ownership, is not feasible. This bike share program will give those folks an opportunity to reduce their car usage. That's a goal we have in every one of our adopted plans, which I won't list now. Secondly, as staff mentioned, those of us who live on the West End and drive are about to be significantly impacted by the OAP project. While we all love the water shuttle, people still need to get places in Alameda once they disembark. Having the ability to hop on a bike to complete your journey will be a game changer for those looking for alternatives to driving during the whole OAP mess. But I want to stress how important it is that we adopt this program. While we know that Alameda is a very special place, we're still part of a larger region, and we should be working to increase our connectivity. Link 21 has a stated goal of increasing connectivity amongst all the homegrown transit services, and that's a worthwhile effort, and we shouldn't be adding to the number of transit as we're trying to consolidate and get better connectivity around the region. So thank you very much, and please accept staff's recommendation.
Thank you. Next speaker.
Arsh Singh Hothi.
Welcome.
Honorable Council and Mayor, thank you, and I promise to try to keep this short. And also, I appreciate the opportunity to speak in support of Bike Share for West Alameda. My name is Arsh Singh Hothi. I'm the General Manager of the Alameda Transportation Management Association. As you guys know, as Alameda TMA, we provide transportation demand management for thousands of Alamedans, and in partnership with the City of Alameda, run the Oakland-Alameda Water Shuttle. I speak tonight in strong support of a 3-year Bike Share pilot in West Alameda. The proposed expenditure for this program is overshadowed by the amount of public good it will produce. Public investment such as this program pays itself back twice over, once through the work that it creates for the planning, construction, and management, and more importantly, again, through the local businesses and the households it bolsters throughout its design life. In our work on Bay Pass and the Water Shuttle, we have learned that the #1 limiting factor for a transit-dependent commuter is rarely the long leg of their trip. It is a short distance between the dock and their office or the bus stop in the front door. Bike Share closes that gap. The proposed pilot is also exciting because it integrates Alameda into an existing robust bike share network with the anchor cities San Francisco, Berkeley, Oakland, and San Jose. With that kind of connectivity, an Alamedan could wake up, get out of the house, go around the corner, and grab a bike, maybe take the water shuttle, and go all the way to UC Berkeley to study, or SAP Center to watch Sharks game, Fox Theater. You understand. You get the point. The point is, all without docking their bike until they reach the destination. And that doesn't matter if they take BART or ferry, they can take it along with them. That is the seamless experience that intermodality is supposed to feel like. Besides that, there's a letter of support from me and Alameda TMA, as well as a loose coalition of hospitality businesses.
Thank you
Thank you
so
for-
much. We appreciate that. Next speaker?
They lowered their hand, the remote speakers, so I guess the two, oh, nope, raised it back up. Drew Record?
Stuart Record?
Drew Record.
Drew, okay. Welcome.
Thank you, Madam Mayor and council people. Are you able to hear me?
Yes, and you sound awfully perky for this hour. We can hear you.
Well, you know, hospitality person, so these are regular bar hours. I'm the tasting room manager for St. George Spirits at the Point, and I'm speaking on behalf of our organization, as well as you know, several of the other bars, distilleries, breweries, and folks on that end of the island. I have a unique position talking to people visiting us from within the city of Alameda, from within the Bay, from within the state of California, across the country, and even people coming from across the world every week to the distillery. And you know, one of the conversations that I often am having with folks is the lack of robust transportation options. So we see this as a wonderful way to get that last mile from our ferry system that is, you know, fantastic to bring more people to Alameda. So you know, we are strongly in support of this. I'll cede the rest of my time. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Our next speaker?
And that was our last one, I think.
Oh.
The other one is
Well,
not raising their
whatever
hand
he was
anymore.
having. Okay, we've heard our public comment. We've heard staff presentation. I think we should support this. What do we think?
I was about to go. But
Okay.
yes, absolutely.
We need to be a little more formal than that. Is that a
Yes.
motion?
I move that we, sorry, I'm just so tired. My brain went bip pop. I move that we support staff's recommendation to implement this, to endorse the program concept for a 3-year bike share pilot in West Alameda.
All right, it's been moved by Vice Mayor Pryor, seconded by Councilmember Bowler. All those in favor? No, Councilmember Daysog. You two resemble each other, so I get you mixed up. Yeah, especially at this hour. Vice Mayor Pryor, Councilmember Daysog. All those in favor signify by stating aye. Aye. None opposed, none abstained. Okay, that passed unanimously. Thank you, staff. Go home, go to bed. Our next, okay, we're going to do one more item before we adjourn, Madam Clerk.
7D.
7D it is.
Introduction of ordinance authorizing the interim city manager to execute a third amendment to lease with Bayview Landing LP for approximately 6.4 acres of city-owned public trust tidelands located at 1527 Buena Vista Avenue and Citadel Terminals. This item requires 4 affirmative votes. The lease amendment authorizing the proposed temporary use of the site is exempt from further review under the California Environmental Quality Act pursuant to Class 1 and Class 4 existing facilities and minor alterations to land, where the site is not proposed to be physically modified and will be used in a manner consistent with prior use.
Good evening.
Good evening. Good evening, Madam Mayor, members of the City Council. Walker Toma, I'm with the Base Reuse and Economic Development Department. I have a presentation that I am happy to go through. I can also give you the 30-second
How
spiel.
about the Cliff Notes version? Would everybody be okay with that?
Okay,
Let's do that.
happy to. So staff is recommending that council adopt a lease amendment for a property at Encinal Terminals, which is on the northern waterfront next to Fort Mill Marina on Clement. Thank you. And the lease amendment would allow for the temporary storage of electric vehicles consistent with a use permit that was approved by the Planning Board in March. The amendment would require the lessee to pay the city approximately $4,500 a month for this use. And staff is recommending approval of this given the benefits and limited impacts of the proposed use. And I'm available for any questions, as is a representative of the lessee, Mike O'Hara.
Thank you. Clarifying questions, council. Vice Mayor?
No questions.
Public speakers?
One. Denise Treffonier.
Welcome. Come on up. Mr. Tillman, you can sit down for our public speaker. Thank you.
Hi, Bike Walk Alameda sent a letter on this, but we just sent it today, so I'm not sure if you saw it. We support this and are glad it's going to be electric vehicles there, because we remember what Del Monte was like when it was a truck depot prior to it being a housing place, so appreciate it being electric. But there was one thing that came out of the planning board for this, and it was around the closing of the driveway. One of the access points, they're planning on closing a driveway that goes, that provides access for pedestrian and bicycles to the waterfront. So that is, and I think the planning board had recommended that we move forward with improving pedestrian access instead of putting instead of closing that and putting 2 additional parking stalls there, that we improve and continue to allow pedestrian and bike access through that one entrance there. So that was the one area that we would like to see modified from the current proposal.
Okay, thank you for that. Mr. Toma, do you have a response to that, or help us understand?
Yeah, I can speak to it, and also the city attorney, I think, has been briefed by, no? Okay. I can certainly speak to it. So the planning board, in their use permit, there was one of the conditions, there were several conditions, are requiring some temporary improvements to help with access, ingress and egress to the site. So this would be improvements to make the intersection at Clement and Buena Vista, or Entrance Road, as it's called, a bit safer and work a bit better. Right now, the entrance to Fort Bend Marina is kind of offset from the 4-way stop, and this is not the eventual way that the intersection is envisioned to operate. There is a master plan for the Encinal terminals that would be a large multifamily development and new roads and access. And under that development, this intersection would be fully redone, and this new access road would function, and the entrance to Fort Bend Marina would be off of this new access road. So the interim improvements would be doing some of those type of improvements, where the trucks that would bring the EVs onto the site would come completely off of Clement, and the access into Fort Bend Marina would be off of that access road.
All right. And in fact, in the staff report, pages 4 and 5, there's that table at the bottom, and under benefits, the last condition is, the last benefit noted is demolition of blighted buildings and improvements to the intersection of Entrance and Clement. Entrance being the name of a road.
That's correct.
Okay, so that's part of what we would be approving if we approve this.
I mean, the use permit has that condition already in it, so this lease amendment is, consistent with that use permit, but we're not recommending adding additional obligations or conditions to those improvements.
But the use permit applies.
Yes.
Okay. Questions, council? Comments? Okay. Well, I think, and we have discussed this before, but now it's in open session, but you look at the difference in the rent that we've been getting, and that's money that comes into the city, and we've had to talk about money earlier tonight. And also, the conditions are that all the loading and unloading takes place on the site. There's no parking on the street. It all has to be on the site, and the use permit conditions apply, and I think it's something worth supporting, and all I need is a motion and a second.
So moved.
It's been moved by Councilmember Jensen, seconded by Councilmember Bowler. Any further discussion? Seeing, hearing none. All those in favor, please signify by stating aye. Aye. That was 5 ayes, I believe. That is unanimous. And council, as I know we could go on and do things that don't take a vote, but I think it would be kind of cruel and unusual to staff and ourselves, really, to keep us here even longer. It's 12:30 a.m. I might have to say good morning to you instead of good night. So with that, I am going to adjourn this meeting at 12:33 a.m. Everyone be really careful driving home. Get some sleep. Thank you.